Greetings, this is Paul the Poke from paulthepoke.com. Today's topic, trend update. Obama delays U.S. Embassy move to Jerusalem. And today is December 2nd, 2016. The scripture reference is out of Zechariah 12, verse 2. Behold, I am going to make Jerusalem a cup that causes reeling to all the peoples around. And when the siege is against Jerusalem, it will also be against Judah. Now, the verse from Zechariah 12 has global implications. Essentially, the world is against Jerusalem, Israel, as noted from resolutions passed by the United Nations just the other day in late November 2016. They voted against Jerusalem as the capital, divide the land, take the Golan Heights away from Israel. Now, specifically, regarding this post, we're going to focus on the division in the United States regarding the issue of Jerusalem. And coming out in the news today on December 2nd, 2016, President Obama, with the stroke of his pen, delayed the moving of the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Obama signed and renewed the 6-month waiver. Now, before everybody starts piling on to President Obama, every president since Bill Clinton in 1995 has done the same thing every 6 months. This includes George W. Bush. And the waiver has been signed out of national security considerations. And here's the quote from Obama. I hereby determine that it is necessary in order to protect the national security interests of the United States to suspend for a period of 6 months the limitations set forth in sections 3B and 7B of the Act, and that's President Obama. Now, the act that he is referring to is the U.S. Embassy Act of 1995. It's public law of the United States, and this is where things get interesting. President-elect Trump has promised to move the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem. The moving of the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem was a campaign promise. And just to review the Jerusalem Embassy Act of 1995, it's public law of the United States. The law was passed by the 104th Congress in October of 1995. And the law states the U.S. Embassy in Israel should be moved from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. And this is where things come head on with the United Nations. The law states Jerusalem is to be an undivided city. The UN just voted against that. The U.S. law says Jerusalem is recognized as the capital of Israel. The UN doesn't even recognize Israel. And the law was to be enacted in 1999, in May of 1999. Now, I've got a link provided. Anybody wants to see the specific law, there's a link for that. Also, to complicate this issue even further, a future Palestinian state wants Jerusalem as its capital. So in the spirit of the issue, the Palestinians have promised to, quote, make life miserable for Trump and the United States at the United Nations if they move the capital of Israel, or the embassy, the U.S. Embassy, from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. And I have links provided if you guys want to read the articles, israelnationalnews.com, and I have also a link from paulthepoke.com. And to finish up, Zechariah 12, verse 3, it will come about in that day that I will make Jerusalem a heavy stone for all the peoples, and all who lift it will be severely injured, and all the nations of the earth will be gathered against it. So it's going to happen. In fact, it is happening. And the verse from Zechariah comes with a warning. If a country messes with Jerusalem, God will burden the country. And if anyone wants to lift Jerusalem from Israel, the Hebrew language literally states the nation will be cut to pieces. And just to finish up with, all the nations of the earth will be gathered against it. And again, just the other day, in late November 2016, the world, with the exception of 12 countries, voted against Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. And the UN stated the nation of Israel had no lawful authority in their capital city of Jerusalem. The UN would not even say the name of the country and referred to Israel as the occupying power. They went on to proclaim Israel's actions were, quote, illegal and therefore null and void, and had no validity whatsoever. And, the bottom line is the United Nations and their resolutions are on a direct collision course with United States law. Trump's going to be right in the middle of it, and so is Congress. And this has been written from Zechariah 12 for approximately 2,500 years for all the world to see it. And now, here we are, December 2016, and the world is at a time of decision in regards to this prophecy. Somebody's watching, somebody's warning, and he has a very sharp sword, and he says he's willing to use it. So something to think about. If you're interested in this topic, please feel free to check out paulthepoke.com, keyword Obama, U.S. Embassy, Trump, Jerusalem, Tel Aviv. Thanks for listening. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.